Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, and welcome to the Health Hour with Mike Sasser. I'm Mike Sasser, your host, and man, what a beautiful day! You know, I was just talking to the guys that the last show walked out, and we said every Wednesday is a beautiful day, and you know, so far that holds true. Today is the fourth show of the Health Hour, and so we're about to get a whole month under our belt here, and going pretty good. But, yeah, every Wednesday's been a nice day, and we're coming to you live right here in downtown Conroe, Lone Star Internet Radio. You can catch us on www.irlonestar.com in case you're not there already. So, got a good show lined up for you today, I believe, and tell you a little bit about what's coming up this hour. Going to talk about weight loss and the fact that it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and basically why you really don't have to spend money to lose weight. And just to touch on that a little bit, you might be wondering, well, who is Mike Sasser, and why does he have a radio show called The Health Hour? I'm actually a local author here. I live on Lake Conroe in Montgomery County, and I just a long story short, year and a half ago, I found myself weighing more than I should. Actually, it's kind of a lifetime thing. I always struggled with my weight. Done all of the exercise equipment out there, gym memberships, you name it, fad diets, the whole 9 yards. And I just decided that there had to be a better way. So I did a lot of research on nutrition, eating right, and that doesn't mean just eating salads all the time, but you know, just the nutritional facts of the food, reading nutritional labels, and exercise or actually activity. And basically, I became my own success story and lost weight, have kept it off for over a year and a half. So I wrote a book about it, and that book is called Simple, Inexpensive, and Painless Weight Loss. It's actually a published book. It's out there on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble. You can find it local here at Hastings Bookstore on 105 in Conroe. Nice little place out there. Mitch on Highway 1097 called the Book Exchange. He's got a couple of copies there. So, you know, the book's out there is doing good. I've gotten some pretty good reviews from it. And so that is basically how I got here and how I have a show called The Health Hour. And I really just want to put out, you know, each week. By the way, it's a weekly show every Wednesday. And I want to put out, you know, information and tips on how to keep you and your family healthy, safe, and just kind of overall well-being. So that's what the show is about, and I like to say it's an hour of health news you can use, and so that's why we're here, and that's why we do this show. So I hope you listen in, tell your friends, and enjoy it. So that. Getting back to it, we're going to talk about the multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry, and then we're going to come back after a break, and we'll talk about the restaurant reports. And these are the Montgomery County restaurant reports, where the health inspectors go out to the restaurants and do their inspections. So, you know, if you have a restaurant out there that you frequent, you might want to listen in and see if your restaurant is on that list. And that we talk about the ones that do good, and then we talk about the ones that might need a little bit of help. Might have had a couple of what they call demerits or write-ups while the inspector was out there, and you know, and that type of stuff. So we talk about the restaurant reports, and then I'm gonna come back, and I found a pretty neat article on online called "Health Tricks to Make Habits." And read through that, picked out quite a few of them. I believe there was 51 of them. We'll get to that in the third segment, but I think it was 51 total. I'll give you that website and all. But I found it pretty neat how there's quite a few things in that article that I had put in my book that, you know, over a year and a half ago. So it sounds like we're on track and good to go. And then we'll finish up the show with what I like to do is every week on Wednesdays, usually that's when the grocery store ads come out, and I'll take a look through some of the grocery store ads and pick out some healthy choices, some healthy foods, and so we'll take a look at what came out today, this morning. I actually went by Kroger's, and I picked up their article here, or their weekly ad. Just started today. It runs usually through a week. and we'll find out what's healthy in there. So anyway, that's what I've got in store for you today on the Health Hour. And like I said, you know, I've got some information here that just kind of blew my mind as far as how much money is actually spent on weight loss annually. And this is everything from diet, exercise, plans, exercise equipment, everything that people spend money on to lose weight. And basically, one report, and this was in 2012, put a number or a figure up there of $20 billion. Folks, that's billion with a B, $20 billion. I mean, that is a lot of money. That is a big, that's a big number. And so, like I said, it's a lot of money spent on weight loss each year. There's another one that I looked up, and this is U.S. News. This is a little bit more. I'll put it this way: this is 2013, January 2013, and this one was the one that really caught my eye here, because basically they are talking about, they put a number out there of $60 billion. And, I was like, man, that is a lot of money. We're talking again about all the exercise equipment, all of these, devices you wear that keeps up with all your information. There's so many products out there that you can spend money on, and it's all targeted to, you're going to lose weight if you use this product. If you use this diet, you're gonna lose weight. And through my research and what I found, and using myself as a guinea pig, if you will, I found that you really don't have to spend all that money. Name of my book kind of says it all. It sums it up as simple, inexpensive, and painless weight loss. And I'm not saying that losing weight is simple. I will never say that, because again, I struggled with that my whole life. And it's not like you reach this magic number and all of a sudden you're just kind of fixed forever. It's an everyday thing. So I still to this day eat foods and the way that I did even a year and a half ago. So what I'm saying is I still have to work at it. It's weight loss and maintenance is not simple. But what I'm talking about is simple foods. Simple foods you can find at your grocery store. It doesn't take these expensive meal plans. You may have to do a little research. You may have to read some nutrition labels. Know what you're putting in your body. Know what you're eating. Watch out for your sodium. Watch out for your sugar. I will probably say that every show, because that is the two main things that I found. That is, it's just so much of it in our food nowadays, so much of it in our diet nowadays. We're eating 4 or 5 times the amount of sodium and sugar every day that we need. And I really think that's the source of a lot of our health issues, as well as the obesity problem here in America. Then I'm talking about inexpensive, and that's where I touch on the basis of, you don't have to go out there and buy that newest piece of equipment. You don't have to buy that little bracelet thing that goes on your arm that counts all your steps and all that kind of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong; they're nice. They work. Gives you a sense of where you're at. But there's so many other ways you can do it. For instance, I probably joined, 4 or 5 gyms. Had gym memberships in my life, and I was gun ho and ready to go when I first joined the gym, all excited. And by the time that I guess maybe a month or so rolled around, guess what? I wasn't going to the gym, and they were still deducting that monthly payment out of my bank account. So money spent that I didn't need to spend. So what I found is I just walk in the park. Simply, I joke with people, but I say, they ask me, Mike, how did you lose all this weight? And I said, it's simple as walking in the park. And it's not really that simple, but that's what I did. I found activities that I like to do because I didn't care to do exercise and stuff. So I walk in the park. How do I keep up with, my steps and stuff? Well, my phone has a free app on it, by the way. So, and I'm sure a lot of these smartphones do nowadays. But it'll keep up with my steps. It'll keep up with, the calories that I burn and all that kind of stuff. And it was on my phone when I bought it, so I didn't pay anything for it extra. I'll put it that way. But you can count laps. You can exercise. A certain amount of time, 30 minutes a day, 45 minutes a day, whatever you can work into your day. There's ways to measure it without spending money on all these fancy gadgets and gizmos out there. I'll touch briefly on these food plans. Basically all they're doing all the work for you, which is convenient, but I'm telling you, it takes just a little bit of time to read the labels and know what you're putting in your food. Yes, you may have to make a few more meals at home and stuff, but you know what's in your food, and you've got the calories. There's all kind of ways to measure the portion sizes by using smaller plates. You can, if you go out and eat in restaurants a lot, you can half the meal when they bring it to you. Put it in half of it in a box, and that way, number one, you now have 2 meals out of 1 meal, so you're stretching your food dollars, and that's not a bad thing. So there's so many ways that you can work on your health and getting healthier and losing weight without spending all those big dollars, because quite frankly, I didn't really have all that money to spend on equipment and stuff, and I find that a lot of people out there don't. And we're a little bit past the first of the year now, but that's when they really hit you with all those ads, and I see those ads come out they come out in the paper, and all these fancy exercise equipment, and it's like, man, $400, $500, $800, $1,000, and I'm thinking to myself, people they really don't need to spend all that money. So I think we're coming up, getting ready for a break here. And if you have any questions or comments, please give me a call or at the station here. I'll give them numbers to you right after the break. So, hey, come on back.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today, so remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on Lake Conroe Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org, that's Junque, for more information and store hours.
I'm Lieutenant Bob Berry with the Conroe Police Department, reminding you that texting and talking on the phone while driving are not only dangerous, but also illegal in school zones and other posted areas. Drive safely and alert.
Hi, this is BJ Orner from Montgomery County Performing Arts Society. I'm here to remind you to get your tickets now for all the upcoming events that McPass has to offer. All shows will be held at the beautiful Crichton Theater in downtown Conroe. Call 936-441-7469 for your tickets today, or go to our website, www.mcpass.org, for more information. Hope to see you at the show.
Tune in every Sunday night right here on Lone Star Internet Radio for adventure, romance, thrills, chills, and everything vintage radio drama can bring. The Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour comes to you every Sunday at 7 p.m. with brand new episodes monthly. Our productions always feature actors, music, and sound effects performed completely live. And now you can enjoy seeing each new episode performed on stage at the Owen Theater in Conroe. Check out www.irlonestar.com for information about upcoming episodes. Relive the glory days of vintage radio drama right here with the Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour with Mike Sasser. I am Mike Sasser, your host, and welcome to the show. I kind of jumped right into the show there earlier, and I didn't even give you the numbers and stuff, invite you. I would love for you to be a part of the show. Call into the station here. That number is 936-647-3776. Tell me your thoughts, tell me your comments, just join in the discussion. That would be great. Or you can go to my website, which is www.mikesasser.com, and there's a Contact Mike page on there. And if you click on that, it's going to take you to a page that has my Facebook, has my email, has my Twitter accounts. Everything is right there. So you can get in touch with me, social media, and like I said, be a part of the show. And this show, by the way, is weekly. It's live on Wednesdays. In case you miss it, you can always tune in to the podcast. Those are here on Lone Star Internet Radio, and that can be found at www.irlonestar.com. So, hey, I was looking through some numbers here, and we just finished talking about the weight loss industry being a $20 billion and even some reports say $60 billion industry. So I found these numbers, so I want to share them with you here. $20 billion is what that includes diet books, drugs, diet drugs, weight loss surgeries. So like I said, that's almost everything out there that people spend money on to lose weight. 108 million people try to lose weight or go on diets every year, and it says here that they make 4 to 5 attempts per year. And by the way, this is found at abcnews.go.com, and it's under health and dieting. It says also, now this is what I found to be pretty interesting here, is, and check this out. I knew these people didn't do it for free, and I'm not knocking them, but did you know that the average salary paid to celebrity endorsers of major weight loss programs is somewhere between $500,000 and $3 million? So that might be why they get up there and talk about how they have lost all this weight and get behind some of these products. It also says here, it goes on to say that the amount of money celebrity endorsers on average earn per pound lost, get this, I would love if somebody had paid me this, $33,000 per pound lost. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. A pretty good reason to get up and endorse some of these products. So, like I said, it's a big industry, big business, and it's money that you don't have to spend. I've proven that to myself, and more and more people as they find my book, read my book, I get responses back and say, it's really true. You can just get out and do some activities you like to do, and watch what you eat. Getting back to the basics, that's about it. So, speaking of getting back, the next segment here I like to do is the restaurant reports, and this is the health inspection reports here in Montgomery County, and these are the folks that go out and look at the restaurants and check them out to see if there's any problems or any issues. And this is overall basically good for the health and safety and well-being of the general public. These guys are they're not doing a bad thing out there or anything like that. They're just watching out for us. So I always like to start with a positive, and I just kind of read these off. I receive these usually every Friday, and they go out every week doing inspection reports and stuff. So starting with Super Yummy Mongolian Stir Fry, and this is on Sawdust Road and in the Woodlands there. They were, looks like the inspection happened on February 22nd. And they had no demerits or no issues, no write-ups on here. So congratulations to them. The good job there. And by the way, these are I try to stay pretty current with these. Usually they're a week, maybe 2 weeks at the most. But like I said, I get them on a weekly basis, and I try to bring or report to you what what's out there and what's pretty current. Whataburger, fast food, and it's we all go to Whataburger every now and then, including myself. And I thought, wonder what these fast food guys are doing, because think of all the they're open, I think, 24/7 all the time. I don't know if they close any day of the year, but anyway, all the traffic, all the business they do, and this particular one on Sawdust Road, also down in the Woodlands area, they were inspected on February 22nd as well, and they had no demerits. I mean, all the people that go through Whataburger, all the drive-through, and so kudos to those guys. I mean, for keeping up with what they need to keep up with, and doing a good job on their being in line with the health inspectors there. Ace Chinese Restaurant number 2. This is in Magnolia. Looks like on Street F there. February 23rd was the day that the inspector was out there, and they received no merits, no demerits, no write-ups whatsoever. So good job, Ace Chinese Restaurant in Magnolia. And moving on, Brothers Pizza, also in Magnolia. They were inspected on February 18th of this year, of course, and no demerits, no write-ups. Good job. Smash Burger. This is one that I haven't been to, and again, if you're listening and you have been to some of these restaurants and maybe want to share your experience or just some comments, please give us a call, hit me up on Facebook, let me know, because I can't quite get around to all these restaurants and try them out, but I would love to hear from you. But Smash Burger, they're located there in Kingwood. This is on Highway 59 North. They were inspected on February 22nd with no demerits found, no issues, no problems. So again, I'm sure they see quite a bit of business there. All right, getting a little closer to home here, Red Lobster. This is on I-45 South, and they were inspected on February 22nd, and again, no demerits, no issues found. So good job, Red Lobster. And I mean, every time I go by there, they seem to have a pretty packed parking lot. So again, a lot of people going through there. One last one here is Twin Peaks in Shenandoah. Kind of part sports bar, kind of part restaurant, and again, especially during football season, sports coming up, March Madness, a lot of people. They were inspected on February 19th, and guess what? No demerits, no problems, no issues. So good job, Twin Peaks there. Hey, you're listening to the Health Hour with Mike Sasser. Come on back, and we'll jump right back into something else that's going to keep you and your family healthy.
The East Texas Dream Center is in need of your help. We are a nonprofit Christian organization that houses women and children who are trying to get their lives back after being homeless, abused, or addicted. We are conveniently located at 301 South 1st Street, Conroe, Texas, 77301, right here in Montgomery County. Our needs are financial, and every needs of gasoline, cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Lysol, and whatever else God puts in your heart. To help our ladies and children, please consider a donation. You may visit our website at www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Again, so you don't forget, it's www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Donations are tax deductible. Remember what Jesus said, with God, nothing is impossible.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, and this is Mike Sasser. You're listening to the Health Hour right here on Lone Star Internet Radio. And welcome back. We are in the middle of what I like to call restaurant reports, and these are the inspections that the health inspectors do here in Montgomery County. And so these are local restaurants, perhaps some that you have gone to and checked out. So again, if you have been to these restaurants and maybe have a comment or something you'd like to say, please give us a call. You can reach us here at 936-647-3776. That is the number to call-in number to the station here. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, or email at my website, which is www.mikesasser.com, and just click on my Contact Mike page there, and all of that stuff will pop up. Easy to get in touch with, so you can be a part of the show. All right, we did the restaurants there that had no demerits, no issues, and congratulations to those guys. Good job. We're going to take a look at some of the restaurants that may have had a couple little things going on there while the inspector was there. And like I said, as I read these reports, I learned that a lot of times these things are taken care of at the time of inspection. But anyway, got to take the good with the bad. So here we go. Guadalajara Restaurant there on 45 North in the Woodlands. They were inspected on February 22nd. They received 6 demerits, and it looks like that they had sanitation and or minimum hand washing sanitizer at the 3 compartment sink, and then also thermostats needed to be provided in certain locations. So a couple things there that they needed to take a look at while the inspector was there. Cajun Cantina in Magnolia. It's actually on 1488, and they were inspected on February 19th. Looks like 3 demerits here, and says again, mechanical or manual hand washing and sanitizing, Clorox at the 3 compartment sink. Says basically it looks like they needed a little lesson in wash, rinse, and sanitize in that order. There's so much that these restaurants have to do. You think about all the the food prep and everything going on, and then all the business they do and everything as well. There's a lot to keep up with. So not beating down these restaurants or anything like that, but just some things that the restaurant or the inspectors found here. Moving on, we had a Red Lobster in the good reports that had no problems, no issues. Here's a Red Lobster on 45 North in Conroe, and they were inspected on February 18th, and they were found with 6 demerits. And that doesn't necessarily mean 6 issues. That's kind of a grading or a score that the health inspector uses. But they do have some notes written on here. It says replace the rusty shelves in reach in the cooler below the microwave, and then also it says that they needed to remove dust from the fan and walk-in cooler, and then floors and corners need to be swept and remove debris. And observed employee using a cloth towel that is used for wiping down the looks like counters here. Use a cloth towel to wipe the floors. In other words, there's certain towels, things like that they have to use and stuff. So again, just a few things that they needed to work on there. Moving on, China Bridge in the Woodlands there on Research Forest. They were inspected on February 19th. Looks like 13 demerits here, and they had the corrections listed as voluntarily due to not hot water being at the establishment. That means they probably called the inspector out to actually do an inspection on them. So it wasn't like they just kind of walked through the door there. Looks like they destroyed a case of eggs that was kept off temp while they were there. And then they need thermostats in all the cooling units corrected on site. There's one of those. Do not store food in open cans, corrected on site. And then do not store food containers on top of other food without covers. And that was corrected on site. So like I said, a lot of times they can take care of these things that, just right there on the spot. So I got one more here coming up, and this is Cilantro's Mexican Grill, and this is here in Willis. It's actually off of 1097. The address is Canyon Falls Boulevard. They were inspected on February 23rd, 2016. They have quite a few check marks here. They have 20 demerits listed here, and I'll go over just a few of them here. Inspector found drinks inside inside the reach in the cooler stored above. Basically, they had drinks that were stored in the cooler that were in reach, and then also they had drinks that were stored next to the seasoning and stuff. So you're supposed to keep those drinks in designated places and out of the reach of food. And like I said, that's just a few that needed some help in some different areas there. How we doing, Dick? Good? Okay, all right. Well, hey, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll jump into some health tricks that you may want to make habit. Right here on The Health Show.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio here at LoneStar.com. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself with the Health Hour with Mike Sasser. He'll be back right after this, but first we're going to do some weather and traffic. Let's do the weather for Montgomery County. National Weather Service is telling us it's 68 degrees outside with humidity around 32%. This afternoon will be sunny with a high of 73 and a low of 60. We have winds that are going to be reported around 10 miles an hour throughout the county, so please be careful when you're on the road. I-45 northbound and southbound look good to go through Spring all the way from up there in New Waverly. Eastbound, westbound on 105, 242, and of course 1488, you're good to go. Same thing with Quarter Porter Road over there with 1314. I do not see any accidents or incidents happening right now, but then again, school gets out in an hour. Stick around. You're going to be back with the Health Hour in a bit with Mike Sasser. Coming up after him will be the Michael Players show at 2 o'clock, and unfortunately Rick the Reluctant Cowboy with Afternoons of Lone Star will still be out today at 3, so we're going to have Monica Lim back in the studio tonight at 7 o'clock for the Lone Star Country Nights. But we'll be back, and we're going to continue our PSA break here on the Health Hour.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good, with the Conroe, Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. Through our Operation School Bell program, we have provided new clothes to over 50,000 students in our county. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour with Mike Sasser. I am Mike Sasser. This is Wednesday afternoon, and you're listening to a live show right here on Lone Star Internet Radio. Welcome back. If you want to be part of the show, again, I'm going to give you some numbers here. Call-in number here at the radio station is 936-647-3776. If you want to be part of the show, you can even email me like during the week or something, and I'll take that email and we'll address it here on the air. But you can reach me at my website is www.mikesasser.com. healthour.com. There's a contact page there. I have Facebook, I have Twitter, I have email, so you can get in touch with me there and be a part of the show. We'd love to have you. If you missed the show, here's what's so cool about this thing is you can listen to it just about any time because the podcasts are available here on Lone Star Internet Radio, and so you can listen to them at midnight or 2 a.m. in the morning or whenever you get an opportunity. You can log in and find them under archives and a lot of other great shows on the station as well that you can listen to. So very, very cool. All right, we're moving right along with the Health Hour here, and what I'd like to talk about now is some health tricks that you may want to make habits. And I mention this from time to time, but I probably spend about 2 hours a day reading articles and information about health and well-being and that type of stuff. Just try to keep myself up on certain trends and what's going on out there. And so I ran across this one. And this is basically a Reader's Digest. And again, you can find, there's so many things you can find on the internet out there with regard to this. I would say just stick with some of the more reputable type companies or websites out there. Especially if you're doing your kind of research on nutrition or certain foods or things like that. But again, there's just a wealth of information out there on the websites. But on this one here, this was actually the title of this is 51 Brilliant Health Tricks You'll Want to Make Habits. And I was looking through here, and I found a few here that jumped out at me, and I just wanted to talk to you about them because they kind of go hand in hand with my book, Simple, Inexpensive, and Painless Weight Loss. And I found it to be pretty cool because, again, this was over a year and a half ago. I was doing a lot of research, and these articles are. This one was posted on. In Reader's Digest on February 21st, 2016. So, stuff that I was looking at and doing and putting in my book a year and a half ago is still out there and still, still being used, still being written about. So the first one that jumped out at me was don't treat exercise like a chore. And I have an entire chapter on this because I'm going to tell you, I'm one of those people that exercise to me was almost like a dirty word. I didn't enjoy exercise. I didn't enjoy going to the gym. I just, when I heard the word exercise, that meant I had to, number one, I had to get up and get ready. I had to go somewhere. I had to, lift weights. I had to do all this stuff. That was what was stuck in my head. And I wrote about, and that's what they're talking about, is basically, replace the word exercise with activities. Find activities that you like to do. For instance, I like to walk in the park. I live here on Lake Conroe in Montgomery County, and so I like water sports. Especially as it's warming up and the weather's getting nicer, you're going to find me out on the lake swimming, and I have paddleboard and stuff like that. I mean, just getting out and doing activities. And when I do that, I don't think about that I'm exercising. But, anytime you're moving, you're burning calories. So don't treat exercise like a chore. And then the next one is eat a big breakfast. Now, my mom always told me this. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I'm sure you probably heard of that somewhere down the line yourself. And there's actually research to back up all of these, by the way. But, get you a good, healthy breakfast. I'm not going to say, when they say eat a bigger breakfast, they're probably not talking about a dozen donuts, a whole box of donuts or anything. But I mean, get your proteins in, get you some fruit in, maybe some oatmeal, some fiber. But get you a good breakfast to start your day off. Give your body that energy, give it that boost that you need to get cranked up in the morning. Another one they had here was skip that sandwich, and I know what they're talking about here. They're talking about, first off, bread and the calories and that in bread, and I'm talking about the white bread, enriched bread, and then they're also talking about especially like the lunch meats with all of the high sodium content. In my book, I tried to keep foods simple. I tried to keep them inexpensive. So I actually did eat a lot of sandwiches and still do to this day. I use whole wheat bread. And here's the trick, I guess I'll pass along to you, is I fix it with one slice of bread, one piece of toast, basically a half sandwich. And then when I do use lunch meat, I pay attention to the nutrition labels. I look for the low sodium lunch meats. They're out there. You can find them, and then you just fill it with with veggies and things like that to make it filling. So you can have that sandwich. You don't have to just cut sandwiches out of your diet because a sandwich, I have to admit, that's got to be the most convenient, simple thing to make, for lunch or dinner or anything else. Okay, here's one that I try to live by: is close your kitchen after 7 p.m. And I recall, my mom, she would, we would have this big meal and everything, and she'd wash all the dishes and stuff, and then she would say, "Okay, the kitchen is closed." And I mean, that was it. There was no midnight snack or anything like that. The kitchen was closed. So set a time, and the earlier the better before you go to bed. Everybody has different bedtimes nowadays, but the earlier the better. Say 3-4 hours before you go to bed. Just kitchen is closed, and that's it. Cut off your eating there. The other thing in my book and throughout every show that you're going to hear on the Health Hour here is, count your sugar grams. Look out for all this added sugar. There's so much of it in our foods nowadays. Read the labels, read the labels, read the labels. Do what I call the nutrition math. If there's 2 servings per container, and it says that there's 10 grams of sugar per serving, then you have to multiply that by 2. So that's actually, if you eat that whole container, and you can find this in yogurt all the time, 1 container of yogurt could have an entire day's worth of sugar in it, that you need. One other thing that I want to pass along to you, and again, I grew up loving to eat. I still love to eat. And when I go to a buffet, hey, I want to get my money's worth. And so I found this one very interesting, and I try to practice this everywhere I go. But scope out the buffet before you fill your plate. And I'll go, wherever it's at, so any kind of buffet, or for as that goes, social events, parties, weddings, anywhere where there's a lot of food laying out and stuff. I'll walk around and I'll look and see what all's there before I just start loading my plate up. And that way, you kind of you'll see what's out there. You'll maybe see some healthy choices and things, and kind of lean towards those. And then go ahead for that piece of wedding cake or whatever. But this is going to help you focus a little bit more and keep your mind on some of the healthier choices. So those are just a few things that are on that list. There's a lot more. It's 51 that they listed, and like I said, all this stuff is on the internet. So stay healthy out there, and hey, we got one more segment coming up. We're going to talk about the weekly grocery ads, and so please do come back, and thank you for listening.
Hi folks, it's your old buddy Luke Clayton, and I want to invite you to join me every Saturday morning right here on Lone Star Internet Radio from 8 to 9 for Outdoors with Luke Clayton and Friends. Bill Dance is a frequent guest. Larry Weisser and Mr. Whitetail is on the show every week. We talk a lot of hunting and fishing and generally have a good time. So remember, every Saturday morning, 8 to 9, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Doing business since 1985, Assistance League of Montgomery County is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization where all proceeds stay in Montgomery County. We are proud to sponsor 10 philanthropic programs that enhance the lives of those in our community. Visit our thrift shop at 126 North San Jacinto Street in downtown Conroe, or call us at 936-760-1151. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
At Jazzy Junk, volunteers reclaim, restore, and recycle. Jazzy Junk is a non-profit resale storefront where you will discover wonderful, unique finds at very affordable prices on furniture, antiques, books, art, home decor, and more. When you shop Jazzy Junk, you support New Danville, a community for adults with developmental disabilities. We receive new donations daily, so plan a visit to Jazzy Junk today to find that perfect item or gift. Our motto is here today, gone today, so remember to hurry in and shop often for the best selection. Jazzy Junk is located in the outlets at Conroe on Lake Line Road and I-45 North. Call 936-441-4500 or visit our website, jazzyjunk.org, that's Junque, for more information and store hours.
Hi there, and welcome back to the Health Hour with Mike Sasser. I am Mike Sasser, and this is Wednesday afternoon. And boy, I tell you what, this hour seems to fly by. This is a health hour of health news you can use. What I like to say. By the way, you can always be a part of the show by calling in at 936-647-3776, or go to my website, www.mikesasser.com, and click on Contact Mike. There you'll find my Facebook, you'll find my Twitter. You can email me directly, and I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you think about the show. I'd love to hear what you, any kind of suggestions or comments you may have out there. Also, we're kind of a new show on the air here. This is the fourth show, but if you're maybe interested in doing a little advertising with us, or even sponsor the show, get in touch with myself or Dick here at the station, and we'll be glad to get you fixed up on that. So again, I'd like to have a little bit of fun here, but the main thing is to pass along some interesting and healthy ideals that you can keep an eye out for, and just well-being. I tell you, I say all the time, when you have your health, you have a fighting chance. It's just something that's a blessing, and you really should take care of yourself and do all you can. So getting back to the health hour here, I'm going to wrap up the show today with what I call the weekly grocery ads. And if you don't know this already, most every grocery store out there, their ads come out on Wednesday mornings, and they usually run about a week, Wednesday to the following Tuesday. And you can pick up these in the grocery store themselves. A lot of times they're right at the front door when you walk in the front door, or you can go on their website. And many of the, especially the bigger grocery stores, your Kroger, your H-E-B, those guys, they'll have these ads posted on their website. You can look at them, and I really suggest that you almost prepare yourself before you go to the grocery store. Make a list and know what you're going to go look for, because I tell you, if you go in there with no list and no idea, next thing you know, you're going to look down, you're going to have a buggy full of food, and it may or may not be healthy choices there. So spend just a little bit of time and make a list and go make some good choices there. So I went to actually made a Kroger run this morning here in Willis on 20. I was going to say 45 north there, and actually they're on the south side, I believe. But anyway, right there at the front door, they have their ads. These are the new ads for this week, and I was glad to see this, because I tell you what, they've got strawberries. They have 16 ounce of strawberries for $1.88, and we're getting into springtime, so a lot of times I look for foods and especially produce, but other foods that are coming in season, that are fresh and that are good for you. Strawberries, a lot of antioxidants, a lot of good benefits there. And by the way, when you're looking at strawberries or almost any kind of food for that matter, Google is like the coolest thing. I don't know how it works so fast, but all you have to do is Google, benefits for strawberries, or benefits for eating strawberries, or nutrition for strawberries, and boom, it's going to pop up there. It's going to give you all the nutrition values. It's going to give you everything from the calories to the sugar, which, by the way, a lot of your fruits, they're going to contain sugar, but it's a natural sugar, and it's not a processed sugar. You eat these fruits in their whole state, in their natural state, if you will. They come along with the fiber and other things that help your body break down the sugar and use it in a better way rather than just putting it up and storing it, if you will. So looking here again. Again, in the produce section, navel oranges, lemons, limes, 5 for $1. I don't know. That sounds pretty good to me, especially on oranges. It's kind of a springtime fruit, and so I'm thinking they're going to be more plentiful. Organic kale, and this is I see this time and time again in a lot of these articles and things that I read on the internet about the health benefits of kale, and just actually dark green leafy produce, your lettuces and spinach. A lot of nutritional value in those. They're running organic kale at 99 cents a bunch, which sounds pretty good to me. Apples are something that's coming into season now, so look for sales on apples. One thing I wanted to touch on that I like, you may have you may like it, you may not. You may have not ever tried it, but it's hummus, and it is again, you want to read the nutrition label and find out what's in it as far as because they make it with all kind of things mixed in it, but it's a good source of protein, and I find that for like a quick snack on, say, Melba toast or something. It works real well. And one other one, and I tell you, this is my favorite. Going to wrap up the show today with this, but the frozen vegetables. I can't say enough about it. Kroger's, they have their own brand of frozen vegetables on sale, and it's like 10 for $10. So we're talking about $1 per bag, and most of these bags you're going to get at least 2 servings, maybe 3 servings, depending on what you're fixing it with. So you're going to be stretching your food dollars, and a lot of these flash frozen vegetables, they have the nutrients there. Look out for the ones that have the added sauces or seasonings and anything like that, because again, you're going to have added sugars. You're going to maybe even have some sodium put into it. But like I said, if you're buying just the raw vegetables and they're frozen, you're going to you can really stretch your food dollars there. And I'm talking about simple and inexpensive. These are the ones that you can steam. I use this so much, and it's shelf life. You just have the shelf life because they're frozen. You can put them, you can catch them on sale like this, put them in your freezer, and they're there. You don't have to worry about the spoilage and throwing them away, at the end of the week because you didn't need them. So it's just a great value and a very inexpensive way to have your vegetables there. So a lot of this stuff is in my book, and again, I'm going to plug my book here, Simple, Inexpensive, and Painless Weight Loss, and it's my true weight loss story. It's not I'm not the guy that just kind of looked up a bunch of stuff and then wrote a book. I'm not a celebrity endorser making all this big money we talked about earlier in the show. I'm the guy that actually lost the weight and kept it off. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Health Hour this week. And if you missed it, catch us on the podcast. And look for us next Wednesday right here, same place, same time, 1 p.m. Have a great day, a great week, and be safe, be healthy. Thank you.